Microstrip antennas presented by Dr. K. Srinivasulu. Outlines, introduction, microstrip antennas types, microstrip antenna shapes, types of substrates, that means dielectric media, comparison of various types of flat profile printed antennas, advantages and disadvantages of microstrip antennas, applications of microstrip antennas, radiation patterns of microstrip antennas, how to optimizing the substrate properties for increased bandwidth, comparing the different feed techniques. Introduction of the microstrip antenna. In its most basic form, a microstrip patch antenna consists of radiating patch on one side of a dielectric substrate which has a ground plane on the other side. That is very, very important. For a good antenna performance, a thick dielectric substrate having a low dielectric constant is desirable since this provides better efficiency, larger bandwidth, and better radiation. So when we are using the good thick dielectric substrates, so whenever you are using the thick dielectric substrate in a patch antenna, so then only you will give the better provides the better efficiency, larger bandwidth, and better radiation. Next, in general, microstrip antennas are also known as printed antennas. Very, very important point. Microstrip antennas also called the printed antennas. That means printed circuit boards. So here in the side diagram, microstrip patch antenna has shown that diagram. So printed antennas. So these are mostly used at a microwave frequency. Microwave frequency. So microwave frequency, that means megahertz. Wherever high frequencies are there, at which the printed antennas are used. Very, very important. Because the size of the antennas is directly tied with the wavelength at the resonant frequency. Here, microstrip patch antenna or patch antenna is a narrow band, wide beam antenna. So here in this diagram, so this is the microstrip patch antenna. So here some length and width. Very, very important ground plane dielectric substrate. So in this diagram, the radiations occur only one side, that is the width side only. Very, very important. So here the next one patch. So the shape is this space is called the patch. Blue color part is a patch. Next, the patch usually fed along a micron along a here one more. So here next. So the patch, the microstrip antennas are easy to fabricate and compatible on curved surface. The directivity is fairly insensitive to the substrate thickness. Microstrip patch antennas patches are in variety of shapes, such as a rectangular shape, square wave shape, triangular shape, and circular shape, etc. According to our requirement, you will designing the microstrip patch antennas. So in this diagram, radiated patch and a dielectric substrate and a ground plane. So here, different types of patch, different shapes of patch antennas are there. So for A, single radiating patches. So first one, square, rectangular, dipole, circular, elliptical, triangular, disc sector, circular ring, ring sector. Next one, pentagon. B, single slot radiator, narrow slot, circular ring slot, wide slot, circular patch slot. So here also different microstrip antennas, microwave wavelengths, Mendel line type of MTWA, rectangle loop type of MTWA, Franklin type of MTWA. The open end of the long TM line is terminated in a match resistive load. Just microstrip antenna, my antennas are different here in this diagram. Substrate, which type of substrates are used in microstrip patch antennas? The most commonly used substrates are quartz, that is dielectric constant 3.8. 3.8. Quartz material is very, very important. It gives the accurate values. So the dielectric constant epsilon r is equal to 3.8. Aluminium, so that the dielectric constant is 10. A thicker substrate will increase the radiation power, reduce the conductor loss, and improve the bandwidth. So when will it possible? Whenever using the thicker substrate, material in patch antenna, so then on what will happen? So increase the radiation power, reduce the conductor loss, and improve the bandwidth. These are very, very important depending on the substrate. So whenever you use the thicker dielectric material, then only you will increase the radiation power, reduce the conductor loss, and improve the bandwidth. Next, comparison of various types of flat profile printed antennas. Here, one is the characteristics, microstrip patch antenna, microstrip slot antenna, printed dipole antenna. First one, profile. Thin. Fabrication, very easy. Microstrip patch antenna, fabrication, very easy. Microstrip slot antenna, easy. Printed dipole antenna, easy. So what is polarization? What polarization? So in a microstrip patch antenna, both linear and circular polarization will happen. In case of microstrip slot antenna also, both linear and circular polarization are happen. But in case of printed dipole antenna, only linear polarization will be happen. Dual frequency operation is possible in microstrip patch antenna. In a microstrip slot antenna also is possible. In printed dipole antenna also possible. Shape. So any shape, microstrip patch antenna, already in the previous slides already has shown circular, rectangular, so different, etc. So in case microslot antenna, so rectangular and circular, printed dipole antenna only rectangular and triangular. Next, advantage of microstrip antenna: low fabrication cost, and can be manufactured in a large quantities, easily integrated with microwave integrated circuits, MICS, capable of dual and triple frequency operation, supports both linear as well as circular polarization, low cost, less size, low mass. So that's why it is very, very important to microstrip antennas. Cost is very less, size is also very less, and low mass. So many advantages are there. Then only nowadays all are prefer only microstrip antennas. Next, mechanically robust when mounted on a grid surfaces. High performance. Next one, lightweight and low volume. Disadvantage: narrow bandwidth associated with the tolerance problem. Low air gain, nearly 6 dB. Large ohmic losses in field structure of arrays. Excitation of surface waves. Most microstrip antennas radiate into half space. So here half space means only one side, only width side only the radiation will be possible. That's why it is called the half space. Relatively low efficiency, that means due to dielectric and conductor losses. Relatively high level of cross polarization radiation. Severe speed radiation, surface waves, strips, etc. Inherently low impedance bandwidth, low efficiency, external radiation from feeds and junctions, low power handling capacity. Remedies: low power and low gain can be overcome by arrows configuration. So whenever low power is there and low power, what will overcome? So we are using the arrays. Arrays means for increasing the dipoles. You are increasing the antennas. That's called arrays. Whenever increasing the arrays, automatically the low power and low gain will be overcome. Next one, surface wave associate limitation such as poor efficiency. That means increased mutual coupling, reduced gain and radiation pattern can work. The bandwidth can increase up to 60% by using some special techniques. Application used in mobile satellite communication system, direct broadcast television, DBS, wireless LANs, feed elements in the coaxial system, GPS system, missiles and telemetry, UHF patch antennas for space. Why we use the microstrip patch antennas? Used for some reasons. The microstrip antennas, why? Why you use microstrip antennas? So further, some reasons are there. First reason, flat surface makes them ideally from mounting on aeroplane. Impedance matching fairly simple. Microstrip patch antennas have very high antenna quality factor, Q. Q represents the losses associated with the antenna, and a large Q leads to narrow bandwidth and low efficiency. Q can be reduced by increasing thickness of the dielectric substrate. But as the thickness increases, an increasing fraction of the total power delivered by the source goes into surface waves. For calculating the patch length, PL equal to lambda naught by divided by 2 into root of epsilon. That is 3.009. So here, radiation pattern of rectangular microscope patch antennas, different radiation patterns are there. Next, optimizing the substrate properties of microscope bandwidth. The easiest way to increase the bandwidth of microscope antenna is to print the antenna on a thicker substrate. However, thick substrate tends to trap surface wave modes, especially if the dielectric constant of the substrate is high. Finally, if the substrate is very thick, radiating modes higher, then the fundamental will be excited. Decrease the dielectric constant of substrate. However, this has a determinantly effects on antenna size reduction, since the resonant length of an MSCA is shorter for a higher substrate dielectric constant. In addition, the directivity of the MSCA depends on the dielectric constant of the substrate. Stack two patches on top of each other separated by a dielectric substrate or spaces. The application involved two identical circular patches stacked on top of each other. The lower patch was fed using a coaxial probe feed, and the top patch was electromagnetically coupled to the lower one. So in this diagram, air gap, feed, substrate, dielectric spacer, ground plane, coaxial cable, parasitic patch. Next, comparing different feed techniques. So different techniques are there. Feeding method, microstrip line feed, coaxial feed, aperture coupled feed, proximate coupled feed. So here, radiation, what is the radiation here? Wow, more. Microstrip line feed, more. Coaxial, in a coaxial feed, more. Aperture core, less, and proximal couple, minimum. Reliability, better in a microstrip line feed. Coaxial, poor due to the soldering. Aperture, good. Proximity, good. Ease of fabrication, easy. Soldering and drilling needed. Alignment required. Impedance matching in a microstrip line feed, easy. Coaxial, easy. Aperture, easy. Proximity, easy. Bandwidth achieved with impedance matching 2 to 5%. In a coaxial feed, 2 to 5%. In a aperture coupled also 2 to 5%. But in a proximate coupled, 13% bandwidth. So here, feeding techniques, coaxial feed, microstrip feed, proximate coupled microstrip feed, aperture coupled microstrip feed, coplanar waveguide, line feed. So what is the microstrip line feed? In this type of feed technique, a conducting strip is connected directly to the heads of the microstrip patch. This kind of feed arrangement has the advantage that the feed can be etched on the same substrate to provide a planar surface. So here I have shown this diagram, microstrip feed, fats, yellow color is belongs to fats and ground plane and substrate. Next, coaxial feed. The coaxial feed or probe feed is very common technique used for feeding microstrip fat antenna. The main advantage of this type of feeding scheme is that the feed can be placed at any desired location inside the fat in order to match with its input impedance. This feed method is easy to fabricate and has low spurious radiation. However, its major disadvantage is that it coaxial ground plane connector uh, uh, substrate fats provides narrow bandwidth and is difficult to model since a hole has to be drilled in the substrate and the connector protrudes outside the ground plane, thus not making it completely planar for thick substrate. So here coaxial feed diagrams I have seen shown in this slide. Next one, aperture coupled feed. See, in this type of feed technique, the radiating patch and the microstrip feed line are separated by the ground plane. Coupling between the patch and the feed line is made through a slot or an aperture in the ground plane. The coupling aperture is usually centered under the patch, leading to lower cross polarization due to the symmetry of the configuration. The amount of coupling from the feed line to the patch is determined by the shape, size, and location of the aperture. So in this diagram, that is the aperture coupled feed. Next, proximate coupled feed. So this type of feed techniques is also called the electromagnetic coupling scheme. Two dielectric substrates are used such that the feed line is between the two substrates and the radiating patch is on top of the upper substrate. The main advantage of this feed techniques is that it eliminates superior speed radiation and provides very high bandwidth due to overall increase the thickness of the microstrip patch antenna. This scheme also provides a choice between two different dielectric media, one for the patch and one for the feed line to optimize the individual performance. Matching can be achieved by controlling the length of the feed line and width to line ratio of the match. The major disadvantage of this feed scheme is that it is difficult to fabricate because of the two dielectric layers which need proper alignment. Also, there is an increase in overall thickness of the antenna. Thank you for watching this video.